What if the key to understanding the deepest mysteries of existence could be found not through logic, but through poetic imagery? What if God, the very essence of the universe, could be captured not in cold, abstract terms, but through vibrant metaphors that speak directly to the heart and soul? This is precisely what the great Sufi poet Rumi achieves in his timeless works. Through metaphors of love, longing, and union, Rumi gives us a window into the nature of the divine, a divine that transcends religion, culture, and time. In Rumi's poetry, concepts like the beloved, the reed, and the lover are not mere symbols. They are profound spiritual tools that help explain complex, mystical truths. These metaphors are gateways into understanding God, the self, and the nature of divine love in a way that speaks to our emotions, intellect, and spirit. But what do these metaphors truly represent? How can we, as modern readers, unlock the wisdom embedded in these symbolic representations? In this video, we'll explore Rumi's use of metaphors to reveal the nature of the divine and uncover how these poetic images help guide us towards spiritual awakening. Welcome to the Unfolding Journey YouTube channel, where we embark on deep explorations of spiritual wisdom, philosophical thought, and the timeless teachings of mystics from around the world. Here, we unravel the mysteries of existence through the eyes of great thinkers like Rumi, whose insights on love, God, and the soul continue to resonate with seekers today. If you're interested in uncovering the beauty of poetry, philosophy, and spirituality, this is the place for you. We're so glad you've joined us on this unfolding journey, and we invite you to subscribe to our channel to continue exploring with us. Don't forget to click the notification bell so you never miss an opportunity to dive deep into the wisdom of the world's greatest teachers. Rumi's poetry is renowned for its use of metaphors that seek to capture the ineffable, those experiences of the divine that are beyond words. In a world that often demands tangible explanations, Rumi's metaphors offer a more intuitive and heart-centered approach to understanding the divine. In his works, the beloved, the reed, and the lover are not just images. They are potent symbols that invite the reader to reflect on the nature of the soul, God, and the spiritual journey. One of the most significant metaphors Rumi uses to explain the nature of the divine is the beloved. In Sufi mysticism, the beloved is often understood as God, the ultimate source of love and beauty. The relationship between the lover and the beloved is the central theme in many of Rumi's poems. The lover, in this metaphor, represents the soul, eternally yearning for union with the beloved, who is the source of all creation. The metaphor of the beloved speaks to the longing in every human heart for divine union. Rumi famously states, "I am the one I have been searching for all my life." This expression of yearning is not just personal but universal. It is the deep, intrinsic desire of every soul to return to its divine source. The beloved, in this sense, is not something or someone outside of us, but rather the divine essence within us, always calling us back home. Rumi uses the metaphor of the beloved to convey the depth of the soul's relationship with God. Love, in this context, is not a passive feeling but an active, dynamic force that seeks reunion. The beloved represents not just an idealized lover, but the very essence of love itself, a force that binds everything in existence. Through the metaphor of the beloved, Rumi elevates the concept of love from a human emotion to a cosmic force, transcending boundaries of time, space, and individual experience. It invites us to recognize that love is not just something we feel, but something we are, for love is the essence of the divine. Another powerful metaphor Rumi employs is the reed, which symbolizes the soul's separation from its divine origin. In Rumi's famous poem, The Song of the Reed is presented as a metaphor for the soul that has been cut from the reed bed, representing its separation from God. The reed's lament is a cry of longing as it seeks to return to its source. As Rumi writes, "Ever since they cut me from the reed bed, I have been a kind of cry." The reed's cry represents the soul's deep yearning to be reunited with God, its ultimate source. This metaphor beautifully captures the existential experience of separation, a separation that every human being feels at some point in life. The reed song is the soul's expression of its longing for the divine, and its sound is the call of the heart that desires to return home. In this metaphor, the soul is not seen as a static entity, but as a dynamic force, constantly seeking its origin. The reed's cry represents the spiritual restlessness that drives the seeker toward awakening. It symbolizes the human condition, where we feel incomplete and restless until we recognize our true nature and union with the divine. Rumi's use of the reed as a symbol of longing and separation offers an emotional resonance that invites us to reflect on our own spiritual journey. Just as the reed sings its song of longing, so too does the soul cry out for unity with its creator. The journey from the reed to the beloved is one of spiritual transformation, where the soul sheds its attachment to the physical world and returns to the divine source. The metaphor of the lover and beloved is perhaps the most intimate and powerful in Rumi's work. The lover represents the human soul, filled with desire and yearning for the beloved, God. The beloved, as we've seen, represents the divine, the source of all love and beauty. In many of Rumi's poems, this metaphor takes on an almost erotic quality, not in the sense of physical love, but in terms of a sacred union between the soul and the divine. Rumi frequently describes the relationship between the lover and the beloved as a dance, where both are engaged in an eternal back and forth, constantly reaching for each other, but never fully separate. The lover moves toward the beloved, and the beloved pulls the lover in with irresistible force. This dance of divine love symbolizes the spiritual union between the soul and God, where love is the force that drives both. One of Rumi's most famous lines from his poetry captures this essence. "I am yours, don't you see? We are two souls bound in one body." This union is not just a mental or intellectual connection, but a deep, spiritual intimacy that goes beyond the physical realm. It is a union of hearts and souls, a state of oneness with the divine. Through the metaphor of the lover and the beloved, Rumi shows us that spiritual longing is not a deficiency, but a blessed state. It is the soul's inherent nature to seek unity with the divine, and this desire for union is the very essence of love itself. The lover's journey is one of surrender, where the self is dissolved into the presence of the beloved, losing all sense of separateness. Rumi's metaphors, whether the beloved, the reed, or the lover, are not just poetic devices. They are profound tools for understanding the nature of God and the soul's relationship with the divine. These metaphors help us navigate the complexities of the spiritual journey, providing images that speak to our hearts and souls in ways that intellectual reasoning cannot. Each metaphor offers a different perspective on God's nature. The beloved embodies the divine as the source of all love. The reed expresses the soul's separation and longing for union. The lover and the beloved illustrate the dynamic, intimate relationship between the soul and the divine. Together, these metaphors create a rich tapestry of understanding that invites us to move beyond the limitations of our everyday experiences and glimpse the eternal truths of the spiritual realm. Rumi's metaphors, rich in their depth, beauty, and wisdom, serve as portals into the nature of the divine. Through the beloved, the reed, and the lover, Rumi paints a vivid picture of the soul's journey toward divine union, showing us that love, longing, and intimacy are at the heart of our relationship with God. These metaphors help us understand the divine not as a distant or abstract concept, but as an ever-present force that calls us to awaken, to love, and to become one with the divine. If you found this exploration of Rumi's metaphors meaningful, be sure to subscribe to the Unfolding Journey YouTube channel. Join us as we continue to explore the timeless wisdom of mystics, philosophers, and spiritual teachers. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Like, comment, and share this video with others who are seeking to understand the deeper truths of existence. We'd love to hear how Rumi's metaphors have resonated with your own spiritual journey. Subscribe now and continue unfolding the journey with us.